how important homeownership is. And they want to give $25,000 first-time homebuyer assistance. Unrealized gains would mean on an investment would also be your house. So imagine you purchase a house, first-time homebuyer, you get that $25,000 down payment assistance. Say you buy the house for $100,000. Next year, the house is worth $150,000. But you don't have that money in the bank. So now you're going to get taxed on that $50,000. And then let's talk about the next year. Now it's worth $200,000. Now you're going to get taxed on $100,000. So they're going to tax you again on that $50,000 and the total $100,000. People will not be able to afford home ownership. They will lose their homes. The IRS will bankrupt them.
Politicians have said a lot of...
Okay. I wanted y'all to hear that explained. That's one of the best representations of this new tax that these new Democrats are wanting to put on America. I'm not the smartest person in the country, by far. But if things are already as bad as they are across our great honorable land, you want to throw a tax on money that we ain't touched across the board, attacking everybody. That alone should cause a landslide victory for the Republicans, because the Democrats are taxing us to death. They're regulating us to death. Trump is up there talking about no new taxes. He's up there talking about relieving the tax on overtime, relieving the tax on tips for those that are waiters and waitresses. But the Democrats are up there talking about taxing money that you have not even received yet, and still half of America is polling to vote for the Democrats. That's why they don't teach math in school anymore. That's why they have Common Core. They don't want people to know the truth. They don't want people to be able to make heads or tails out of what's actually going on. Come on. Unrealized gains? Unrealized means you don't got it yet. You ain't made that money yet. Now, y'all heard at the beginning of the video somebody else's voice, not mine, explaining to you what it means. That should make the entirety of America red-blooded, hot, mad. We used to throw tea in harbors. But now we're just taxing and taxing and taxing. And we want to keep taxing the rich. Well, here's my opinion about taxing the rich. A poor man ain't never gave me a job. A poor man hasn't never gave me anything, except for my own father, who is on Social Security and can't afford anything, but he's managed his money enough to where he's still able to help if I need it. God bless his soul. He's one of the wisest, granted loudest, men that you'll ever meet. But come on. We have got to change something in this nation. We can't keep taxing the rich. The rich create jobs. We can't keep unionizing to demand more money because they make more money. When they make more money, they spend more money. When they spend more money, that creates jobs. We should be lowering taxes in America. We should be trying to recruit rich people from around the world to come and live in America. Please come spend your money in America, Mr. Rich Man. We love you. Not running the rich away from our great country. We should not be taxing them to death where they have to hide money overseas. We want that money here. That's how economies grow. That's how people get jobs. That's how service industries grow. We've got more than enough tax to take care of our roads, bridges, and schools and defense. You know how I know that? Look at how much we're spending overseas. That's how I know we got more than enough already with the taxes that already exist to take care of our own country, because we've been so gall darn busy taking care of other people's countries. But what do I know? I'm just a truck driver. Sometimes there's something that comes across my table that really gets my blood boiling. And this is one of the topics that gets my blood boiling. Now I'm gonna let you hear it one more time.
Democrats are talking about how important
There it
homeownership is. And they want to give $25,000 first-time homebuyer assistance. Unrealized gains would mean on an investment would also be your house. So imagine you purchase a house, first-time homebuyer, you get that $25,000 down payment assistance. So you buy the house for $100,000. Next year, the house is worth $150,000. But you don't have that money in the bank. So now you're going to get taxed on that $50,000. And then let's talk about the next year. Now it's worth $200,000. Now you're going to get taxed on $100,000. So they're going to tax you again on that $50,000 and the total $100,000. People will not be able to afford home ownership. They will lose their homes. The IRS will bankrupt them.
Politicians have said a lot of dumb things.
Okay, so let me reiterate. If you have a home place that's been in your family for 200-300 years, it's secure, it's paid for, all you do is pay your annual taxes on the property. Now, if it goes up in value, you're going to be charged each year an extra tax for owning that place because it goes up in value. So it's a way that they can rob Americans of their very familial lands. The lands that they have had for hundreds of years. Or for the land that their mom and dad stripped and crawled and fought and bled to buy so that they could leave their children something. But they're going to tax it because it may go up in value. And here's something else. It's going to go up in value because of what's that? Inflation. Our money's losing value, so of course it's going to be worth more of the money that's already losing value each year. Yes, I get a little passionate about that because that's one thing that I've always dreamed of having. That every time I've got it, something happened and I lost it. But that's one thing that I believe in this country is private property ownership. It is a wonderful thing, a great incentive for a man to get out here and work his entire life to build up an estate, to leave to his family, to leave something worthwhile to his family. And here's the government yet again finding another way to try to yank that away from the American people. Let's say you're an immigrant. Your parents were immigrants and they came over and they realized the American dream and they got a house and an acre. Not 100 acres, just an acre in a nice area. That area starts blowing up and not acres are selling, but lots. 50 by 50 lots or 100 by 100 lots are selling for enormous sums. Their property value goes up. They lose their property because of unrealized gain taxes. No, Americans. No, no, no. Enough is enough. We get taxed on everything we do over and over and over again, but at least it's on money that we hold in our hand, not on make-believe money. It's not real money until it's been sold, and then you can tax it. Called capital gains, not unrealized gains. You should be able to hold a property without being taxed and taxed and taxed and taxed. Otherwise, we might as well all quit and live on the street and wait on a government check and just drink beer and smoke cigarettes and do drugs until we rot away and die. That's just my opinion. It may seem extreme, but I'm an old guy and I've been watching this crap for years, coming over and over and over. Taxes increases. I've ran a business. I've seen the headaches that causes. I've heard of the capital gains. I've experienced the capital gains because I've sold equipment that paid better than what I bought it for. I've been through all of that, and it is not okay when you work so hard to build up something and the government stays awake at night, hires people to work around the clock to find ways to screw you out of your money every chance they get. I remember a few elections back when the flat tax was on the ballot, you know, where people were talking about the flat tax. That seemed to be pretty awesome to me. But I mean, there again, what do I know? Just please remember this when you go into the ballot box and vote. You're voting on how much money you can keep. You're voting on your family lands. You're voting on your very own. It's not about so much your social issues right this minute, which is usually what I vote on. I vote on abortion. Who don't want to kill babies? That's who I'm voting for. But this is a whole nother level of attacking the American family, of attacking the American dream. I better let you go because I could go on longer, but that's my rant. I'll share it today. God bless. Catch you on the next ride.